Good morning, millennials, and happy Monday. An extraordinarily, exstitutionarily happy Monday.
Happy or Monday?
No, happy.
Because?
My hands.
Right.
They're just hands.
We can finally go back to gesticulating through the roof.
No, if something has felt different in the month of July, it's because Jackie and I were forced, due to our circumstances, to physically hold our microphones. And you just can't be the girly, swirly self that you want to be when you don't have your hands to talk in, like Jackie said, a gesticular way.
In a gesticular manner. Also, we've always had mic stands, so we barely know how to podcast holding our microphones.
We worked all day yesterday to get these mounts set up. It was not easy, but nothing worth having comes easy. We have our hands back. I just feel like this swirly energy is going to be off the fucking charts today.
I can pet Bruno. I can pet Bruno and drink coffee and scroll my iPad.
Do you know how much we have to do physically when it comes to the show? We have to pet the dogs. We have to do the ads.
We have to pet the dogs.
We have to drink. We have to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that is involved. And to have my hands back, I really can't even tell you how different I feel.
Hold hands.
Oh my God, she's holding my hand. Yes, this is a little girly. It's holding my hand.
We've never been this close.
Mm-hmm. I agree. This summer has been amazing for our relationship.
Been this close how we're seated where we can actually hold hands. Sometimes we strive to, but we can't quite grasp.
Your hand feels so unfamiliar to me. I've never held it because you don't let me. You have such a cute little chuggy little hand.
I do have a cute little hand. I don't know about chuggy.
I didn't mean chuggy. I don't know what I meant. I meant squishy.
Yeah.
I made up a word, you know?
Yeah. That's what chuggy should mean.
1,000%. Instead it's a slur.
Yeah, totally.
So I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I don't know if anybody had a better weekend than us.
I don't think anyone had a better weekend than us because I don't think anybody could have because we were so poised to have an amazing weekend after having a really big week.
We worked so hard last week. We literally left every single piece of ourselves on those microphones at the Beacon Theater Thursday night, Friday night, sold out. Literally, swirly energy took Manhattan by storm. They had to shut down JFK briefly because they said swirly energy was off the charts in the air.
It's true. It was such a swirly end of week EOW Friday night at the Beacon, which we hadn't recapped because we did our show Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night Beacon, if you were there, you were there. And if you know, you know. It was so special. It was so incredible. We had the absolute best time. It was the perfect way to end our run at the Beacon.
I'm so sad. I'm going to miss it so much. I love the Beacon Theater.
I really feel like towards the end of that show, I finally was starting to enjoy myself. And it's over.
The stress kind of just washed over you.
I'm finally comfortable and it's over.
Yeah, no, that's so classic. That's why we had to add another show because literally the show is getting so good. It would be disgraceful for thousands of people to miss out.
If we were really done with shows, that would be sad. And I'm so glad we have one more show on the horizon. It's in 2 weeks, the next weekend at
August 17th.
The Borgata in Atlantic City. And we haven't been to Atlantic City in a minute. And I just checked my Atlantic City calendar and it's time for us to go.
Not only is it time for us to go, it's time for us to make a TikTok. I had an idea. I know you're going to kill me, but I think it'll be worth it. In honor of our big show coming up in the big city, Atlantic City, we need to react to all these scary old photos of ourselves.
Okay.
We spent some of our darkest years in Atlantic City, doing dark things.
Yeah.
And the photos represent that darkness.
Right.
And I think we need to sit down, take a look back. We can't move forward without looking back.
Yeah. We have to kind of be unburdened
by what has been. And then once we do that, we're going to say, do not come.
No, but please do come to the Atlantic City. Tickets are available on our Instagram. Check it out on our, toastpodcast.com.
The toastpodcast.com/tour. You know where to find us.
Link in stories, etc. But yeah, Friday night at the Beacon was a wild ride. So much fun. Thank you to everyone who has come to every single show thus far. It's been incredible. But then classic us, out the stage door, back in the car, back to the Hamptons. We arrived back in the Hamptons at midnight, which is so insane.
It's so insane. It was such a long day, but we just wanted to be home to enjoy the weekend with the family. We had just moved houses. We love this new house.
To wake up with the boys. It was perfect. And
Saturday was the most gorgeous day. We laid out by the pool. It just felt good to have this sort of major accomplishment under our belts and enjoy a gorgeous Saturday. We went out to dinner Saturday night.
We did. We went out to a fancy dinner. We got massages yesterday.
Really a restorative weekend so that we could sit here today the best versions of ourselves.
It's true. We had plenty of bread, plenty of sourdough.
We did. And I will say it was a near perfect weekend.
Okay.
Because yesterday I woke up to some news on actually personal and business front. I find myself in the midst of a kind of brutal legal situation.
Yes, you do.
I wanted to thank everybody who alerted me to, and everybody keeps asking me because I spoke about it on my Instagram, Turdy, tell us the name of the brand. Turdy, tell us the name of the brand. As if I would literally ever give a platform to this piece of shit brand. Like, and they have already stolen my name and likeness to sell their products. And I'm certainly not going to say the name of this godforsaken brand on this here podcast or even on my Instagram. I am seriously like, my image has been stolen. I feel so violated.
I'm so sorry.
It's literally a nationwide campaign. It's not like a, one-off Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. It is a, multi-platform campaign using my face.
That's so crazy.
I hear this happening to people a lot, mostly, especially in this day and age. A lot of celebrities are struggling with these AI companies like generating this is like a real video that they stole from me.
Yeah, they're just using your content
without my permission,
paying you or without your permission, which is something so easy that they could have done. The AI thing, like pretending to endorse something, that's like a whole nother level. But this seems very cut and dry, and they're also like a digital brand. Like, why wouldn't they just hire you?
No, it's literally an LA-based brand. They work with influencers all the time. I have no idea like who is getting fired for this. When I tell you, I spent all night screenshotting like a million. I've started a file. My team of 7 attorneys I'm so looking forward to my damages. What should we do when I get my check? Should we go shopping or should we invest?
Or invest it on next swirly summer?
Yeah, or maybe I buy a house. Like this was such a nationwide campaign. It was really huge. And I do think that they were.
You think we could retire?
I don't think we could retire, but I think we could put a down payment on a house. Like that's sort of expectation I have for me and my team.
Ooh, I love that. A down payment for next swirly summer.
Correct. So just know, don't mess with the turd because the turd fights back.
But it's a part of you like
excited
that, you're getting more. They're like paying to put you all around town.
No, of course. My friend Rachel sent it to me. She's like, Claudia, it's still up. It's still up. I'm like, good. More money for me.
Oh, but also more exposure.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, God forbid they choose a piece of content where I'm wearing makeup, of course, to roll out this nationwide campaign, of course. No, is that asking too much that I don't look like a rat? No. That's on me again.
It's like a before situation.
No, thank God. No, it was just me sitting in my house, like talking.
No, but because you hadn't discovered their product yet, right?
No.
No.
It's like it's a relatively recent. It's for people who are. No, I'm not even saying.
Okay.
But no, it's not. No, if it was like seriously 2021,
no, that's not what I mean by before.
I would have seriously stormed the offices
before you discover a product. I didn't think it was like I've seen the thing. I just feel like when it's before, they want it to be. They take like the color out of your skin. They just want you to be sad before you discover. They definitely
put like a nasty filter.
Before they discovered your product and your life lit up.
They definitely put an ugly filter on me. That's for damn sure. But unfortunately, like it was a piece of content that I chose to put out, and that's yet again like us being so authentic. I was having dinner and I had a thought and I shared it and I wasn't wearing makeup and I don't look perfect and it's not the best lighting and it's not the best angle. But that, once again, authentic to a fault.
Turdy keeps it real.
A little too real.
You know who's keeping it real? Romeo and Bruno, who are like
fornicating on the couch.
Fornicating, wrestling. They've been watching a lot of Olympic wrestling and they're like, everybody else is in the pool swimming.
No, they've really been inspired by judo.
Turdy did a cartwheel.
I did. Anyone else like I feel inspired with the Olympics just to see if they can still do a cartwheel? Like from everyone like growing up could do a cartwheel. It's like not a flex when you're like a 30-pound 11-year-old. But as a big woman, it's not as easy.
I haven't had that curiosity. Could you still do the cartwheel?
Hell yeah. And then once I did it, like I sort of greased the wheels. I did it like 4 more times. I ended up doing a round off too.
I feel like for me, it's not about the physicality. It's about being upside down and like queasy.
No, you're not upside down for literally more than half a second.
But like I think that like scares me on a.
The concern is, and it should be for you, is your back. I woke up with like a little like tweak in my back today. I was like, I don't know. It was kind of scary just to like be free falling like that.
No, for me to do a 360 with my head upside down, like that gives me the willies.
I think you should do it in the backyard today.
I will, but I'm telling you, like I'm going to get nauseous, but I have Zofran.
Yeah, you could do it.
With a Zofran.
So Atlantic City tickets, thetoastpodcast.com/tour.
Come see us. We're going to have so much fun. We're getting our showgirl outfits ready. We have some really fun stuff prepared. Like, of course, you're going to get the girly swirly night out.
Oh,
but we're also going to do something that we've never done before. And that's all I'm going to say. And
we are not going to tell.
You're going to want to be a part of it.
There's something so major. I thank you for reminding me. Going down at this Atlantic City show.
Just let them know there's something. It's something we've never done before. I don't think we would ever do it again. And it's very, very exciting. So if you're already down the shore, what a fun night out. If you're looking to take a girls trip, one last girls trip for the summer, make it Atlantic City. Stay at the Borgata. Come to Girly Swirly's night out. Or if you're just in the Jersey area, come see us.
Yes, thank you so much. And maybe we'll be wearing, Dolce & Gabbana because with my check, I can buy us new outfits.
Oh, sweet. Well, I want to wear Dolce & Gabbana because we went to Gurney's yesterday. We got amazing massages. Thank you to Gurney's. We went to the spa and they have this collab with Dolce and the whole hotel is outfitted in Dolce. It's the crazy, like every umbrella, every beach chair, every pool float, every plate. It's like so
It's
cool.
sick.
I feel like I'm at Kourtney Kardashian's wedding.
Yeah, no, it's a sick vibe.
I didn't know that that's what was happening over there. We would have gone sooner, except we went as soon as we could. But I want to go again now just to be a part of Positano.
No, the vibes were immaculate yesterday.
Yeah.
And not to like brag, but we kind of had an amazing weekend, and I'm about to inherit like a lot of money. So
That's very exciting. I do feel like we deserve the amazing weekend, and like everyone has been on this journey with us and is probably really happy for us that we had a restorative weekend.
you know, when we buy lottery tickets, which I do all the time, especially when we're together, the days leading up to the actual reading of the numbers, like have a sort of je ne sais quoi to it, because the potential, the possibility of you becoming a multi-billionaire, like is real for those 72 hours. And that's kind of how I'm feeling today with this brand. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Maybe I'll get like $200. Maybe I'll get way more than that. And the possibilities make today are you feeling that energy? Like the sort of anything is possible excitement?
I do feel that anything is possible excitement because it's a Monday. It's the start of a beautiful new week in the midst of swirly summer, and anything is possible.
Anything,
Even if you're
can
not like
happen.
waiting on your check because you're suing someone.
But I
It
hope
still
you
could
are
be
waiting on a check. I hope a check is coming your way. Maybe, it's like those chain texts you used to send, like, or iMessages. Like, if you don't send this message to 1,000 people, like, you're going to not win $1,000. Like, send this podcast to someone if you want to come into some money.
I love that. And if you don't send it to someone, like, we still love you.
We do.
But why wouldn't you?
I should read my horoscope. I bet it says I'm coming into money.
I'm sure it does, because I feel like they say that every time. So you keep buying your horoscope because you think your money's coming.
Facts. Also, keep in mind, they say Mercury is coming into retrograde. So like all the annoying bitches with bad behavior are about to start acting out and blaming it on that. So just stay safe. Like mark yourself as safe. Maybe stay inside this weekend. I think it's like next week or this week. Mercury is in retrograde. And it's like, oh my God, no wonder I've been so crazy. It's like, no, you're just an animal. So just keep that in mind. The crazy bitches who blame their behavior on Mercury being in retrograde, it's coming up.
But I do feel like the Toasters are just such a mature audience that by this point in their lives, they're
They've cut
no
those
longer
people out.
super tight with those people.
It's so true.
And their behavior is not affecting them. And maybe there are a couple Toasters who are those type of people, but they're self-aware enough to be here.
Like, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, totally.
Everyone needs a crazy friend.
Do you ever sit back? Well, you probably don't, but does anybody else listening sit back and think like, am I the crazy friend?
You might be the crazy friend in the sense that like you always have the stories, but like you don't lead your life. I guess your life is like a little crazier than the average, but no, you're not the crazy friend. The crazy friend is the one who just like, didn't charge their phone, went out, you know what I mean? Like
could never be me.
irresponsible, does it for the story.
But I think
You're like in bed with a face mask by 11 p.m.
But it depends on like which group of friends. I actually think like with my high school group of friends,
you
they're
are
so,
the crazy friend.
they're so normal.
Traditional,
They're so
too.
traditional. Like they're all just like lovely, well-kept, sound of mind individuals. I do think I am the crazy friend of that group.
I agree with that because the bar for crazy is very low.
Yeah, because they just are so stable.
And you're the only one who like lives a little bit out of the box.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely box.
No, it's true. It's true. But then I think other groups of friends, I'm so conservative and traditional. Like you guys are wild.
You're the
I could
boring
never.
one.
So I guess
Boring
it's all
married
relative.
one.
Correct.
Get yourself a friend who could do both.
And that's on range.
That is. But
That
no,
is.
and then we also have some crazy friends.
Do we ever?
And we adore them.
adore, and they are worthy.
They are such wonderful friends and people, and our lives and our friendships and our friend groups would not be the same without them.
So true.
So maybe
Jax.
don't cut too hard on the crazy.
No, and it's important to actually have friends from all different like levels of crazy, levels of
because you need
delusion.
different things at different times. Sometimes you need advice. Sometimes you need a laugh. Sometimes you need a good time. Sometimes you need to feel a little better about your situation.
Sometimes you need a friend who's going to tell you what you want to hear, and then sometimes you need a friend who's going to tell me what you need to hear. Like
It's true.
Different vibes for different shides.
For different tribes.
Much better.
Okay.
Tell me
but
about the
I do
stories.
like tribes too.
I feel like we have like 11 stories today.
We do. We have like 11 stories that will be grouped into 5 based on similarities in their ilk.
Based on gender.
They will be grouped into 5 based on gender. That's for damn sure. So yeah, there's just like a lot to catch up on. Nothing like, oh my God, you know, Taylor and Travis are dating.
Right, she's pregnant.
Right. But all good. And I think the people who are a part of them could be really proud of everything that they've accomplished.
Contributed to society
and
today.
to the toast today. Yeah.
Well, of course, yeah.
And you should be glad to be a part of it, to be a part of the Fast 5.
And I'm excited because if there was ever a day to do 11 stories, it's a day where I have my hands back. Like, hello.
It's true.
I don't know if you guys can hear this ASMR on the mics. Oh, I can hear it, yeah.
Oh, you could start snapping. You could clap. We haven't been able to clap.
Like, that's the kind of energy you can expect today.
You need like long nails that like tip tap. My ring taps against my Oura ring. I don't know if you guys could hear it. It's like, that's like girl things. Like,
we just need acrylics.
How much noise do you make when you talk?
Or when you type too. Like,
I don't think I make a lot of noise when I talk.
You're not a person who moves and makes sound. Do you know what I mean? Like you could kind of like a mouse in that sense where I'm sort of like a gorilla. Like if I'm coming, you are gonna hear and you're gonna be scared.
No, I've also realized recently, like I don't breathe a lot. Like I noticed that it sounds like I'm sighing a lot. And I've noticed it because I'm in a house with other people. So I hear myself and I'm like, oh, they're going to think I'm like a sigh. But I realize, no, it's just me breathing, like my body realizing that I haven't breathed.
Yeah, I think there's 3 types of breathers. One that you just mentioned, like you literally forget to breathe. So you breathe every couple of minutes.
Even when I was like at the doctor, when I was pregnant, Dr. Fox told me I had a runner's pulse, like very low and steady.
They say you forget to breathe when you run. The second type of breather is the bed. Gorilla breathing 45 times every second.
Right.
And then there's people like me who don't really think much about their breathing. Like they just breathe.
It's just something that you do intuitively.
It keeps me alive.
You're supposed to do.
I don't do it for like attention like you guys. Like it just.
Like I always thought I was that way, but I've realized recently like I don't breathe a lot. Even when we get spray tans and they're spraying the face and they say hold your breath, I'm like. I already was.
Right. Head start.
I'll just stay doing what I was doing.
That's a really good point.
Right? That's when I really realized it. Like I don't breathe a lot.
Yeah, just a fun fact about her. Not to brag or anything.
But then I take like a really deep breath and it sounds like a sigh. And I've like Zach would be like, what's wrong? I'm like,
you have so much on your mind.
like, no, I'm just like I just took a breath.
That's good. You should do that more.
Yeah.
Take more breaths.
It works for me. So that's a little fun fact about me as we all get to know each other here.
On a deeper level, using our hands.
On a deeper level in our new masculine podcast studio.
They're just
hands.
Now, I think because we do have like 11 stories, it might be time, but you let me know.
Further ado, here are the fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Armora Colostrum. You say colostrum or colostrum?
Depends on the day. Colostrum.
I think I say colostrum. Well, colostrum evolved 300 million years ago and is the first milk that all mammals produce. It's the first nutrition that we receive in life, and it contains all the nutrients that your body needs in order to survive. Over 5,000 research publications document the health properties it confers across all stages of life. And you guys know that we're always on the lookout for ways to strengthen our immunity and gut health. Enter Armora Colostrum. So if you're looking for strengthened immunity, you can optimize your whole body microbiome and strengthen your immune barriers along the mouth, sinuses, lungs, gut, urinary, and reproductive tracts to guard against unwelcomed particles for your strongest immune health. So Armor Colostrum is everywhere these days. When we first heard about it, we thought it was almost too good to be true, but thousands and thousands of people are reporting absolutely transformational health benefits, tens of thousands of 5-star reviews, and life-changing stories. So the stuff really delivers. So many different benefits when it comes to staying on your Armora game. Fortified gut health. It can ignite your metabolism. It can revitalize your hair growth, enhance skin radiance, fueled performance and recovery. So in this stage of life when we're all like doing a million things, we are mothers, we are workers, we are sisters, we are friends. Like we have to take care of number one. And Armora is a great routine to get on every single morning with a ton of different benefits for your skin, for your gut, for your metabolism, for your hair. So we've worked out a special offer for our listeners. Receive 15% off your first order when you go to tryarmora.com/toast and enter code TOAST to get 15% off your first order. That's TRYARMRA.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Legacy Box. Do you know where the box of your old home movies is? Have you checked on it in a while? Make sure that they aren't too hot, too damp, molding, got caught in a flood. All that old media can break down over time if it's not preserved, and it will be lost forever. Enter Legacy Box, the easy way to unload those memories. How it works is that you'll load your Legacy Box filled with your old tapes, films, pictures, and send it back. You'll get it back on a thumb drive or a cloud drive that's ready to watch, easy to share. It's so simple. It's basically like magic. Legacy Box is one of those companies we get asked about all the time. They've been sponsoring the show forever. We did it a while ago, so we actually don't have like a box of tapes anymore because it literally came in a thumb drive. It is the best thing we ever did. The day that it comes is like the best day. You invite everyone over, make some snacks, watch, relive the memories, become the favorite child. It's so simple. You'll send it in. They do VHS, they do camcorders, they do pictures, whatever medium your old slay. We're like so young in the VHS era. Whatever, medium your home videos are on, they can do it. So don't let the summer heat. Also, that was something I didn't know. Like if you're keeping your tapes in like a basement or an attic, you're really subjecting it to the elements, and they can actually deteriorate over time if they're just sitting there. Like, you think they're safe, but they're not. So don't let the summer heat age your videotapes, film reels, fade your photos. Visit legacybox.com/toast and you can shop their $9 tape sale. That's legacybox.com/toast to unlock this incredible offer of their $9 tape sale. Today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out, managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place and all on your terms. So there's a million different ways to get started with Squarespace, and there's a million different reasons why someone would need a website in this day and age. Like, girl, get it together. You need a website. Whether you're a photographer, videographer, any sort of artist, graphic designer who wants to use their website to showcase their work, like a digital portfolio, whether you work in e-commerce, you sell online courses, whatever it is, Squarespace has a website template that's super flexible and easy to use. I think starting a website can feel really overwhelming because, not all of us, studied engineering in college. But Squarespace is seriously so easy. Anyone can do it. And it is, I think, the best way to get a website up and running super fast and super affordably. So you can showcase video collections. You can sell custom merch. They have really flexible website templates that'll give you insight into your analytics. So you can use those insights to grow your business. They've got designs for every category and use case. So you can create a website that's really unique and that's really you. Head over to squarespace.com. Check it out. You get a free trial when you go to squarespace.com. But once you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/toast. That link will get you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So again, get that free trial at squarespace.com. Once you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/toast, squarespace.com/TOAST.
Thank you, Turt.
You're welcome.
Our first story, the celebs were out this weekend at Charli XCX's birthday party. The singer celebrated her 32nd birthday at a star-studded bash on August 3rd. She partied into the early hours of her 32nd birthday bash as she celebrated with several stars, including Lorde, Glenn Powell, Anya Taylor-Joy, and many more names.
Yeah.
The stars were photographed walking into Charli's party, including Nelly Furtado, Tallulah Willis, Scout Willis, Gracie Abrams.
Yeah, so much came out of this party. First of all, I've somehow ended up on a side of TikTok showing me every time Charli XCX has clearly been partying and doing something nefarious, if you know what I mean,
Oh, cool. I think I know.
So you just know this was a party filled with that sort of nefarious energy, you know? And if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Didn't know I knew what circles she operated within, but I didn't know how many celebrity friends she had. Although I do think it's largely in part because of this moment she's having in culture, Brad Summer, everybody wants to be a part of it. Those celebs are out. Oh, there's a party. Whose is it? Oh, let's go.
For sure. But she's also been a singer famous for 10 years.
That's true.
And even though she's never been as big as she is right now, I'm sure over the years she's developed some friendships.
For sure. For me, this had so many of my wires crossed because when I think of Charli XCX, and this is just my experience, my experience coloring my opinion.
Once opening for Taylor, now fighting with Taylor.
I think she hates Taylor Swift. And over last week, she released a collab with Billie Eilish, who also obviously hates Taylor Swift, and Taylor hates her too. Slay. And so I was just thinking this is the party of people who hate Taylor Swift. But then Sabrina Carpenter was there, Gracie Abrams was there. I was Lorde was there. And to me, Lorde is this great mystery because she's an integral part of so much of the lore when it comes to when it comes to Taylor, specifically 1989, Jack Antonoff, the Lena Dunham of it all. And it's clear to me these two bitches hate each other, and Lorde was there partying with Billie, and it was just giving the I Hate Taylor club.
Lorde hates Taylor.
That's what I think.
They're not friends.
They're not friends, I don't think.
So it's just really weird that Sabrina and Gracie were there.
Yeah. And so if this was anyone's time to shine, it was Dumois. Dumois was working overtime yesterday, getting, tips and tricks. And of course we have to take everything Dumois says with the tiniest grain of salt. But one thing that she did say that stuck out to me was Gracie Abrams and Glenn Powell were flirting together the whole night, a vibe. And let's talk about that.
I don't see it, but let me pull up Gracie Abrams.
I actually do see it.
I need to pull up Gracie Abrams, even though I'm loving Us. And the only thing I know about her and the way she looks is her album cover, because I'm always listening to Us.
And that J.J. Abrams is her dad, of course.
Of course. No, but I meant in a physical sense, what she looks like.
She's she looks like? She looks like a little girl,
Is she too young for him, bro?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it was weird like that.
I feel like he's old.
No.
She's 24. Oh, so she's not too young. Like frontal lobe's coming in next year.
Next year, she'll be totally
She can
fine.
talk to Glenn Powell.
The thing
you
is,
don't really even need a frontal lobe to talk to him because he seems like such a great guy.
what's so exciting about this is that Glenn Powell is obviously at the
35.
top. Okay, it's nice. He's at the top of his game. He has been for a while. People are obsessed with him, but he's obviously having a moment right now. And I don't think he's had like a relationship, like a celebrity relationship. He was with that girl for so long. And then when the Sydney Sweeney thing happened, they broke up at the same time. Everybody thought it was connected. It wasn't. So we haven't had like him being seen with a girly. And this is the first time, and it's exciting. And I don't think it's like the OTP. I think it was probably just like harmless flirting. I don't think they're gonna, get married. But I'm grateful for the moment.
Yeah, or they were even just like standing next to each other. Anyone can say anything.
Yeah.
Flirting is literally the most subjective term.
It's so true.
It means
Talking.
to be talking with your hands. We're flirting.
Oh my God, give me that hand, girly.
They were spotted holding hands.
Yeah, I'm just excited that we have this type of story to talk about. And I want more of this energy from Glenn Powell. Like, I didn't even ship him and Sydney Sweeney so much, but I was kind of obsessed with the photos and the journey. And I need more of that because he's so eligible and he's so all-American. And it's just like, he could have anyone.
Yeah, but like if they were flirting at the party, that's probably the first time they've met and just like we're talking. And now it's a thing before it's even a thing. They even get each other's phone numbers. So I feel like that ruins it and puts so much pressure on it. And everyone's talking about them. And it's like it's weird to exist like that.
It's so true. It's ruining it.
I don't think anything is going to come from this. But you know what? If it did, like I wouldn't be mad because I like the two of them individually.
Another big moment
I could see him being a fan of JJ. And she just needs to be careful that he's not using her to get to JJ.
By the way, that's so true. Must be really hard to date in this industry when you're Gracie Abrams. Dead seriously.
For sure, especially an actor.
But the good thing about Glenn Powell is like he at this point in his career like doesn't need help. Like he's at the top of his game. But a real up and comer, that could be dangerous.
In like JJ Abrams level.
He's like about to be there. Why? He was in Top Gun. Like he actually like is fine.
But like Oscar.
Yeah. Another big moment that everyone's talking about from this party is Rosalia showing up with like a bouquet of flowers, but the flowers like are made of cigarettes. Mm-hmm. That's very I want to say like Charli XCX coded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. It's funny. Sweet. Haha.
Yeah.
All the girlies were out. And that's great. You love to see the
like
girlies
all
having a good time.
Like,
no.
A certain sect of girlies.
The pop girlies were out.
Yeah.
Sabrina. Charli. Billy.
Was Sabrina with her man?
I didn't see him, but I do think
Sabrina and Glenn?
Like seriously, I would die. I'm obsessed. Get married. Like get married. So cute.
Yeah.
We should add Glenn to our list.
We should add Glenn to our list. It's been a while. And then maybe see if there's anyone there for him.
Mm-hmm. Khloe Kardashian?
Okay, Glenn. Watch, she's like already on it. That's the saddest for someone when I go to put them on.
And they're already
there. Okay. Glenn. Asa Gonzalez like got married, right?
What?
She's like in a serious relationship last I saw.
She's always on our list of eligibles. She
invented the list. She stays on it.
She stays on it.
Glenn
Was he on there?
No, he wasn't. There's really no one here for him. There's no one here for him. That's nice. But I also feel like he likes like more of regular people.
I agree. Like even his last relationship she wasn't regular. She was like a model, but she wasn't, a big name.
Yeah.
She was very much could go to the grocery store.
Yeah. So nice.
So nice.
To be able to go to the grocery store.
What that's like, we don't know. We sold at the Beacon Theater 4 times. Like, I'm sorry.
It's so true. Anyway, so fun times were had. I feel like it's not as often as it used to be that like people go out and get paparazzi and they're leaving the club and they're just like living life and having fun and getting photographed. Everything is like so posed.
It's so true.
And there was a time when like this was happening every weekend. Like the Hills era.
No, it's giving like Lindsay, Brittany, and Paris in the back of their car.
Girls. And that's what these like young hot things should be doing. And I'm glad to see them like having a great night out.
That's a really good point. We don't get like club rat nights like this anymore.
Right.
So Addison Rae was there too.
Oh, I saw.
Thankful to Charli X. Charli X is definitely like at the helm of the movement of like making partying like a thing again.
Yeah, that's what
Nobody in Hollywood parties anymore.
That's what I've seen from Brat.
Yeah, that's big. That's true.
Or they just don't party in like the way that they used to. Maybe it's more like house parties and private stuff, but they're not like falling out of the Uber and walking into the club anymore.
Yeah, it's very much like the early 2000s was like cocaine energy. And now I think we operate in like the weed and mushrooms energy, which are different vibes. You're not going to the club and like smoking weed and doing mushrooms. You're like sinking into a couch.
Yeah.
And Charli X is definitely bringing that like 90s cocaine energy back.
Bringing people back to the club.
Yeah, we love that.
Okay. Happy birthday, Charli.
HBD. See?
Are you ready for our next story?
I am.
Zac Efron says he is happy and healthy following a hospitalization for a swimming pool incident in Spain. That's like a loaded headline. Zac Efron is on the mend. He was involved in a minor swimming incident in Spain, but he shared an upgrade to his Instagram stories on Sunday. He said happy and healthy alongside a photograph of himself lifting weights while lying on top of an exercise ball. So he was staying at a villa in Ibiza when he had a minor swimming incident while using the pool on Friday. He was taken to the hospital for precautionary measures and was released the next morning. He is fine, his rep said. I'm glad to hear he's fine, but like, what does that mean?
No.
How do you just go to the hospital for a minor swimming incident?
Yeah, like where you found like face up in the pool. Like
Right.
what? And you know what? I need Zac Efron to seriously like be more careful. He is always ending up like in these near-death
living on the
situations.
edge.
He definitely is like an adrenaline junkie, and we need Troy Bolton to stay with us.
Yeah.
I seriously need him to calm down. I need him to. He's always traveling to like far off places with
And
that
he's
stupid
been
Netflix
like
show.
hospitalized in more urgent situations than this before. So, and I feel like we don't even know the seriousness of that prior situation.
Yeah, that one was bad.
But I need him to like
He's always doing so much.
to
Like,
do
stop.
less. Like I feel so worried. I'm worried sick about him.
No, I am. And I do feel like it takes a toll on him.
Do you
And
think
what
there's
is he
more-
running from? Seriously, he's like always running to like this crazy edge of a cliff. Maybe he needs to go to therapy instead of Ibiza.
I feel like he's doing all of it. You
Yeah.
know?
He's doing too
Do you
much.
think there's more to this pool story? Or what, like
Yes.
he scraped his knee and
No, and like I hate to go like so dark, but like what do you do in Ibiza? Like you party
right.
and you get drunk and you experiment with things you've never done. Like he obviously like
He didn't just like lose his floaty.
no, he didn't like forget how to swim. I think it was like, a party trick gone wrong.
Damn. But then for him to post, I guess too, you want people to know you're okay, but this does minimalize it.
And you don't want like things to
Minimize.
come out before you have the chance to like get ahead of it.
But like for him to post like working out,
I guess it's like proving like if I can work out, I'm fine.
yeah.
He's just like, seriously, I feel like he's so reckless and I care about him and I want him to sort of reel it in and be a little bit more conservative. Like you have so many people who care about you. Two of them sitting right here.
Right.
Does that mean nothing to you?
No, I no, but then he's also like in such great health and great shape. Like he clearly like, and he's very much like in the wild adrenaline junkie, like he in a positive way, like
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah,
Fresh air.
No. Yeah. Like I actually don't on a real level. Like I don't understand Zac Efron. I love him. I don't get him.
Yeah.
And I actually think if we were to be like stuck in a room together, we wouldn't even get along.
Yeah.
Like I think we have nothing in common except that we both love Zac Efron.
Right.
But the way he's behaving like he doesn't love Zac Efron.
So true. So you don't have that in common, perhaps.
And that's unacceptable. And that's where I personally, as a Zac Efron fan, draw the line.
Understood. Well, get well soon, even though you're well, clear, apparently.
Allegedly.
Apparently. And just be safe out there, guys. You know?
Where did Romeo go?
He's right here
Oh, okay.
on the floor.
Okay. Oh, both boys have finally like rested. My God, they were being nuts.
They were being nuts.
It only took 34 minutes.
but they just love each other so much. We really can't fault them. They're like being good.
I know.
You know?
No, they're so good.
They're so good.
Okay.
Are you ready for our next story?
I guess.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is
No,
turning,
I'm not ready.
is turning to Christ after years of scandalous headlines, and he premiered his new Christian movie in the Hamptons. Like, why is he always
In
where
the
we are?
Hamptons? Yeah, not only
I guess
that.
because he's between New York and the Hamptons.
I just want to say, and I think the Christian girlies will agree with me on this, like, has Christ not been through enough? Like, Cuba, leave him alone. There's nothing this man could do to make me like him, but try.
So he seems to be relying on Jesus Christ to get him back into Hollywood's good graces after years of scandal that brought his flourishing movie career to a halt. Once Tinseltown's top leading man, he is co-starring in The Firing Squad, a Christian film based on a true story about prisoners who find Christ as they await execution in an Indonesian prison.
Okay, I just want to say that movie sounds amazing because I end up on TikTok sometimes with like these groups that go to prisons and baptize people. And like, if you stick with the program long enough, they actually coordinate like your family getting like you going to visit your family. I'm obsessed with watching people in prison get baptized. Like it's beautiful.
Kevin Sorbo is also in the movie.
Who's that?
He plays Frank Atwood. Ryan Atwood's dad.
Okay, like you saying Frank Atwood, like as if I would know who the
I
fuck
feel
that
like
is.
everybody knows Frank Atwood.
Ryan Atwood is a main character. Frank Atwood is like, I seriously, I didn't even know who you were talking about for like 11 seconds.
Sound off in the comments. Like, would you know Frank Atwood anywhere, anytime? Sound off.
Please. Yes. Sound off in the comments. Would you know who Frank Atwood? I thought you were talking about for a second William H. Macy because he plays Frank Gallagher. And then you turned around the picture and it was like this old man with long hair. I was like, oh, it's William
Frank
H. Macy.
Atwood.
Yeah. Frank Gallagher.
So he hosted a private screening of the film at an East Hampton estate. People were crying, according to Page Six. He gave a speech introducing the movie and quipped, "I thought you were going to have fried chickens and hot dogs, but you got like real rich people food." Why is that a part of the story?
No, literally.
Anyways, he did some karaoke.
Oh, please. Okay, I am
This
not.
is like
you cannot cover the wool over my eyes. Like there's obviously some sort of campaign trying to be put together by Cuba and his team to like get the public to forget. One thing about Turdy, she's an elephant. She never forgets.
I also just want to say, like, based on this article, like, I'm not convinced that he's turned to Christ. I think he turned to Christ for the role in his new movie. And then, like, a lot of times, Zac Efron is the king of this. Like, you really, when you're doing press for the movie, like, you really get into the thing that you're promoting and the character that you are. So I think that this is a character for him. I don't think that he's, like, found Christ.
No, me neither. And I want to say two things can be true. Like, this movie actually sounds incredible. Like, if it ever were to be, like, you know, on TV, like, I would watch it. But I also don't believe Cuba Gooding Jr. I think we all know why. And I think that you can keep trying, but like it will be my mission to make sure nobody believes you.
Yeah, nobody forgets. And it's not like he's really done anything to
warrant like our
moving on.
Yeah, and it was like as of like 2 years ago where he was still acting this way. So
Yeah.
please.
And now
it's
like,
behavior that spanned seriously 20 years.
Your character in a movie found Christ, so you did? I don't think so.
Right. It's art is not imitating life here.
No, not at all. And just because you find Christ, like then the work begins. It's not like, oh, found, we're done, absolved.
Yeah.
Like the work begins.
So true. And it really is crazy though, because Cuba Gooding Jr., and I was realizing this when I went on my historical fiction, like every night watching a movie when I watched Pearl Harbor. Literally, Pearl Harbor is one of the biggest movies like ever made, and Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it. I forget what else I was watching that he was in. It was before my time, so I didn't really understand like the breadth of his career. Like he's actually so successful. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't really like associate. My first socially conscious memory of Cuba Gooding Jr. is of course Snow Dogs.
Yes, of course.
And then he got that role in Ryan Murphy's.
He played OJ.
OJ, thank you. I couldn't remember. And to me, I was like, oh, that's nice. He got this role, this small little actor.
Right.
He is not a small little actor. He's kind of major. And I didn't really know that.
Yeah.
But that's not me. That's not me.
Are you ready for our next story?
No.
He's also in Gladiator, by the way, which I think is like...
He's major.
Gladiator's major, and I think he's major in it.
He's in like so many major things because he's kind of major.
Yeah.
Not to me. He will never be major. He never was major and he never is or will be.
Are you ready for our next story?
If it's the next story, that's brought to you by Vegamore.
Yes, it is.
It's on my bathroom floor. It's in my vacuum. It's in my bed. I found it on my pillow. It's my hair. The never-ending shedding was real, but not since I discovered Vegamore's brand new Grow Plus advanced hair system. So it's made with clean ingredients. It was developed by dermatologists, so you know it's legit and it delivers real results. As you guys know, hair shedding, it happened to me. I pretended it wasn't happening for so long, but like I couldn't deny, sitting down to brush my hair, looking down, and my lap was covered in way more. Obviously, hair falling out is normal, but when it's worse than normal. Mm-hmm. Seriously, one of the worst things that ever happened to me. Vegamore, the Grow Serum, was something that I did. One of the things that I did to take care of the issue. It's something I still do. I cannot recommend it enough. So in a clinical study, the Grow Plus advanced hair serum reduced shedding by up to 87% and improved hair density when used daily for 4 months. So it has skincare inspired ingredients like Spanish microalgae, which is a prebiotic scalp superfood that nurtures the skin barrier. Vegamore used artificial intelligence to find two super potent hair densifying compounds, Japanese beautyberry and encapsulated rapatonic rhubarb. So those two plant compounds from Vegamore's patent pending Grow Active Plus complex. Let me tell you something. Vegamore is just like a stellar brand. I use their dry shampoo. I use their shampoo and conditioner, all from the Grow kit. The Vegamore Grow Serum is seriously like saved my life. Vegamore is just one of those brands. It's a clean brand. So for Jax,
I started using it because it was clean. And then I also realized how great it was for my hair and my regrowth and my postpartum everything. It's literally the shampoo and conditioner that I have in this house because I brought it with me because I don't want to go 2 months without it.
So take on the most advanced approach to hair wellness with Vegamore's new Grow Plus Advanced System. Learn more at Vegamore.com. Now that's Vegamore.com/toast. Code TOAST to save you 20% on your first order. Vegamore.com/toast. Code TOAST. Today's episode is also brought to you by Peloton. So everybody's fitness journey is their own. Like for some of us, we are extremely late and that's totally fine. Some of us, we're still getting there. Some of us, it came to us naturally. But having, Peloton on your side is really fabulous. Your run, your way, all on your terms. And this summer with Peloton, you can define what it means to be a runner. So summer is for you and how you choose to move. And if you're looking to get into running, Peloton was huge for me on my journey. I don't know why, I just was kind of intimidated by the whole thing because I just thought everybody who started running already knew how to run. I didn't realize that we were walking for large portions, and that was a huge part of getting to your goal. And that's what I loved about Peloton when I did their sometimes on a Peloton tread, but also just on their phone with the app. They have running classes, quote unquote running, that are mostly walking. And I was like, oh great, this is super helpful to get started with. And then very slowly over time, you will realize you'll shed a lot of that running time. And it really is just great at training your body to learn how to run for minutes that you could never imagine, not me running for 20 minutes straight the other day. So Peloton has a range of classes from their pop runs to their walk and talks. You can define what it means to be a runner. So whether you've got 5 minutes or 45, Peloton has workouts that you can work in, from guided run, walks and hikes to Pilates and strength. So call yourself a runner with Peloton at onepeloton.com/running. That's ONEPELOTON.com/running. I really loved those walk and talks. The music is so good. So many different things. Peloton's just kind of they've got it on lock, It's popular for a reason. Today's episode is also brought to you by Nordic Naturals. Late summer can be a stressful time of year with kids heading back to school, everyone in the whole family adjusting to new routines. Getting enough of the right nutrients can help you stay healthy during all the busyness. Omega-3s are healthy fats that benefit physical and mental well-being, and unfortunately, up to 80% of Americans don't get enough omega-3s from their diets. So a daily fish oil supplement is the most reliable source of omega-3s, and it can benefit brain and heart health, immune function, and so much more. In fact, omega-3s influence the function of nearly every cell in your body, making them truly foundational nutrients. Nordic Naturals is known for their long-standing commitment to omega-3 quality, and they are the #1 selling fish oil brand in the United States. Their Ultimate Omega is an incredibly fresh and pure fish oil with no fishy aftertaste. It's sold in soft gels, liquid, and tasty gummy chews with 0 grams of sugar. So Ultimate Omega is also made to pair perfectly with non-fish oil supplements like Nordic Naturals Women's Multivitamin Gummies. These tasty gummies help fill common nutritional gaps in women's diets with a mix of 12 essential vitamins. Their multivitamin gummies benefit skin and hair health, bone health, energy, and immune system functions. So Nordic Naturals has supplements for the whole family. Visit nordic.com/toast for 20% off your next order of omega-3s, vitamins, and supplements. That's www.nordic.com/toast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. That's nordic.com/toast.
Thank you so much, Turt.
You're welcome.
Our next story, some big news from the Morgan Wallen concert.
Oh my God, yeah.
Lots of things. So first of all, Morgan Wallen performed at Arrowhead Stadium. He rocked the stage at Arrowhead.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Chris Jones walked out with him, a very hyped up walk out on stage.
That's a thing he does. His entry to stage is a whole big ta-da, and he walks. It's a camera's following him. It's all live. He walks from his dressing room to the stage. And along the way, he always has local celebrities. In New York, he had Eli Manning, local recognizable folks. And of course, who's more Kansas City, who's more Arrowhead than Patrick and the crew?
Right. And so they walked out with him, which was very exciting. The crowd was excited. But also, a man was arrested for making a terrorist threat against Travis and Patrick Mahomes at the Morgan Wallen show. So a man was arrested for threatening to shoot them at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri on Friday night. A man named Aaron Brown has been charged with a felony after he allegedly threatened on social media to shoot the Super Bowl champions at the concert.
Jesus Christ. Are people fucking okay?
No, they're not okay. That's crazy, man.
Of course. Why can't we just have something nice? Look at Travis.
It's also crazy, comma man, but it's also a crazy man.
It's crazy man and a crazy man. Totally. I like that. Okay, I'm not going to choose to focus on the negative, crazy terrorists. Work on yourself. Seriously, seek help. You are not okay. Let's talk about Travis.
Let's talk about Travis because I actually found this surprising, given his relationship, that he would be so closely associated with Morgan.
Not that there's any beef between Morgan and Taylor, but Morgan is this sort of persona non grata.
Yeah,
he's
I feel
radioactive.
Taylor would not approve.
I would have thought that too, maybe a couple of months ago. But what's very clear about these two is they don't give a fuck. They really do whatever they want. And Travis has his interests, Yeah. And Travis's interests are his interests. And I could see Travis playing football to Morgan Wallen.
Playing football to more. Oh,
music.
Yeah. No, I think that it's not that she cares about perception because clearly Travis he can, go ruin his own reputation. But I would have thought that as a girlfriend, you'd be I don't want you to do that. But like, I agree. He has his own interests. This is a huge moment. Like, yeah, everybody listens to Morgan Wallen. He's performing at his stadium. Like, who else is going to walk out with him?
We're at this like weird intersection when it comes to Morgan Wallen where like he's largely been ignored, but he is unignorable. So like, where do we go from here? And like popular media, like nobody really acknowledges him. Like the CMAs, like he is this sort of persona non grata. But at the end of the day, he's doing things just as big as Taylor Swift. He's playing the same arenas as Taylor Swift. So he is this like, he's like this force.
Right. And also like people love him. And Travis Kelce at the end of the day is a
man of the people
who likes music and probably finds himself listening to a lot of Morgan Wallen. So even though like institutions have ignored him, like people and celebrities, like they all are going to his concerts. Everyone loves his music.
No, it's like this weird thing that's going on with Morgan Wallen. And it's like, when are we going to like figure it out? Yeah, it's been going on. So I wasn't like that surprised by this because I feel like anything maybe a year ago, I would have thought like Taylor and Travis would like how they would operate. They don't operate in the way that I thought that they would. Like they actually just do what they want and they like don't really care. So this is very much in line with that.
About like their image. There's really nothing that they could do that would change how people feel about them.
Unless it's, break up.
Right. Or that would garner bad press. Like the media loves him. Like seriously, there's nothing that they could do. I just would think that like as his girlfriend, she would be like, when you tell your husband, like, I don't want you to do that.
No, literally me every day. But I kind of love that she didn't.
Yeah. Because she's like,
but he must
also has to be like cool,
She's
still a girlfriend.
But she has to be cool. And like Patrick and Brittany were there. So it's like what Taylor's going to tell all of them not to go because they're like this kind of foursome. They're like always going out to dinner and being spotted together.
I think she quickly read the situation, was like, this is not about
this is not my hill to die on.
Yeah. And like Patrick and Brittany there also makes it better.
Yeah.
Like he's in with the group. Like it's just go.
Yeah, totally. I think this is great. Like, seriously.
I do think it ultimately is great. You could hear from the video, like, everyone was so excited to see them. It's so perfect.
I'm happy for the people of Kansas City. Like, that's cool to see.
I'm happy for Morgan that he got to rock the stage at Arrowhead.
Right.
I'm happy for Travis that he got to see Morgan rock the stage at Arrowhead. And yeah, who else would have walked out with him now thinking about it?
And I'm sorry, like, not to be toxic, I can't talk about Morgan Wallen without talking about Luke Combs, who also made news last night. He had a show, I forget where, a big stadium show, and he brought out his two friends who he's known since high school. They have this fantasy football league, and it was like a bunch of people, and they all decided like whoever lost had to go out on stage and sing a whole song by themselves on Luke Combs' tour.
Too bad you're not a part of it.
No, I'm devastated. Two of his friends from high school, they both lost, and they sang Walking in Memphis, like by themselves. Like seriously, some of the worst singing you've ever heard in your life. It was so funny, but I did kind of want to hear Luke Combs sing Walking in Memphis.
Totally.
Like, give it to us, please.
That is so funny. It could be the new fast car. Literally. That's really, really funny. Too bad I don't play fantasy football with
Luke Combs. Rats. If only I'd known. Walking in Memphis.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
I would have chose like the worst teams. Like the worst players. And then look at me, I would have ended up winning. Won. Totally.
Because it's never what you expect.
Yeah.
Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
Who is like in contention? It's like the same, right? The 49ers.
Still the same because no games have been played. So just like throw out a name. Let's see what happens.
The 49ers.
I think the 49ers too.
I really feel like it's their time.
I do think it's their time.
Who did they lose to this year?
The Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Oh, they were in the Super Bowl.
Right.
They were? Yeah, okay. Okay, well, that's fun. At least like the two best teams aren't in the same league. That happens sometimes where it's like they can't make it to
the Super Bowl
because they can never beat that other team.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
And I feel it's the 49ers time. And I think we should all collectively, wow, what an exciting thing. Like, okay, this is like kind of a great time of year because.
This is how like men feel right now.
Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. But yes, I know what you're talking about. It's a great time of year because it's like with each month that passes, it's like, oh, July is over. But then you get August, which is such a great month. And this latter half of the year, it's like, while yes, it's sad, like every good month is gone, the next month bears something amazing as well.
No, and
fall
also
vibes, Thanksgiving.
The latter half of the year greater than the first half.
I mean, that first half is so fucking dreadful. There are some times where you seriously have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, January, February, March, April, like until Memorial Day. Honestly, like what are we doing?
To look at some sort of study. Although I feel like you can say anything these days and there's a study to support it. Like studies mean nothing to me.
100%.
But I do feel like there's some sort of study where like mental health, like depression is at an all-time high. Like, and it gets worse January, February. It keeps getting worse. And then like the sun comes out and we're okay.
Yeah, but that's also chemical. Like vitamin D is good for you. A lack of vitamin D is bad for you.
So true. It's at the end of the day.
It has all sorts of benefits.
It's going to be about the chemicals.
And the vitamins.
And the nutrients.
And nature and the architect, really.
Of course. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the architect. I was thinking about the architect this morning.
I was thinking about the architect all weekend.
When I peed this morning, I was like, even something as small as an apple That's simple and somehow complex. Like she's so right for that. Like an apple is everything.
No, and it's a great example of like
God.
the design of it. Like every piece of it is useful. So true. Which is why I'm now like caught up on like things in our society that are not useful and regenerative. We're missing something.
No, and if it ain't regenerative, like Turdy ain't playing.
I think we're missing
That's
something.
so not true. Like
I think we're missing something is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, we got to go back to our regenerative roots.
I think it is regenerative and we're missing it.
And I think you're degenerative. How about that?
I think you're regenerative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story, which is finally, we switched things up today, but it's finally our Olympics recap.
Oh, you know what? Let me say this. I like having the Olympics recap at the end.
Well, it makes sense for today because there wasn't like an overwhelmingly huge story that there's nothing else to talk about. But today we're finally getting some of the Olympic Village tea that is our favorite part of the Olympics.
Yeah.
A couple things happening at the Olympics. Also, women's gymnastics like had a big morning. We'll recap that tomorrow, like when we watch everything.
Oh, really?
If we recap it, but yeah.
No, I think let's recap it now. It's because it's like everyone's talking about it right now.
Suni like fell off the beam.
Okay, well, nobody placed in American beam, which doesn't worry me. Like beam is this sort of.
No, and they're winners, and I feel like
they have nothing to prove anymore.
They had nothing. They got gold at the Olympic Paris 2024. They're winners. This is all on top of it. Simone already broke records. Like, so it's not. It doesn't really matter as much as it could have mattered.
Right.
But I'm sure to end like that, it's not the best feeling, but like they're feeling great.
No, but the final medal that was given out today was individual floor, which like is Simone's thing. And so much happened. First of all, Simone won silver, which like obviously is still amazing, but she like didn't do gold. And who did do gold was that girl, Rebecca, who we keep talking about from Brazil. And you know what? Like she deserved it. And she was so happy. And Simone and Jordan were like cheering for her so hard right next to her. Like, I actually am happy that Simone didn't win gold because like seriously, it must be hard for this girl. They were telling us her story. Like she loved gymnastics so much growing up. She grew up so poor. There were days where she could not afford the bus to the gym. Her brothers would walk her the 2-hour walk. Like this is a person who really like rose from nothing to greatness. And it just sucks that she rose at the same time as like the world's greatest Simone Biles because she really is constantly getting, sidelined by Simone.
Everyone has a story and everyone who's there like deserves to win and their stories could bring you to tears. And I'm glad that she has her moment and they all get to go home like with a gold medal. And she's the pride of Brazil.
Totally.
And she's in any other time or any other Olympics like would have easily been a gold medalist, but it's just, Simone is Simone. And so I think it's lovely. But
the really crazy part was that when everybody had finished their floor routines, Jordan Childs, I think, was in 5th. So it was Brazil in 1st, Simone in 2nd, and this girl from Romania in 3rd. And they were all celebrating because it was over. They had their flags around their shoulders, like, yay, yay, yay. And I guess Team USA had submitted an inquiry on Jordan's score, which I don't know if that's common. I think maybe people do it a lot and nothing comes of it, but you just do it. But actually, they submitted an inquiry on Jordan's score, and they got the score changed, putting her in 3rd place above the girl in Romania. So you see on the footage, Jordan freaking out. She's won an individual medal. Like seriously, she's hysterically crying. And you see on the corner left, the girl from Romania with the flag around her arms, literally staring up at the Jumbotron being like, what the fuck?
I'm sad.
No, Jackie, it's really, really sad. Like seriously, sending prayers to that girl from Romania.
I think the only thing worse than like not medaling at the Olympics is like thinking that you did and being told that you did. Then you didn't.
That also happened, I think, yesterday, the day before in swimming. One of the Americans, she got bronze. And before she even got out of the pool, they ripped her off the podium because like the judges had reviewed, when you do a lap and at the end you do like that fancy turn. Mm-hmm. I guess with certain strokes, specifically backstroke, you have to do it really specifically. And she had over-rotated. She basically did the wrong type of flip at the end and they took her medal away.
I didn't know that was a rule. It seems like a dumb rule, but I guess that's the rule.
And it's a rule like a swimmer knows.
It. Yeah. But
so she also, that was tough to watch. But she has won, like that wasn't her only chance at a medal. So
yeah.
I think for the Romanian girl, it was like seriously her only chance.
No, I'm sad.
I climbed into bed and I started feeling immensely sad.
Yeah, well, some Olympic Village, nonsense going on. A swimmer from Paraguay was kicked out of the Olympic Village for inappropriate behavior. So Luana Alonso, who actually retired from the sport at the Paris Olympics when she didn't advance out of her heat and into the women's 100-meter butterfly semifinals. She was asked to leave the Olympic Village for creating an inappropriate environment, the Sun reported on Monday. The head of the Paraguayan Olympic Committee said her presence is creating an inappropriate atmosphere with Team Paraguay. So yes, she retired in the middle of the Olympics, is living in the Olympics Village in Paris and living her best life. Also, like, you've got to look at her. Have you seen her?
No, let me say she's so hot. Oh, literally me. By the way,
Pargy.
Me if I looked like that and was in the Olympic Village.
No, she's literally like textbook what we were talking about of like hot athletes who are at the Olympics who aren't going to win but are going to have a damn good time. However, her inappropriate behavior, it's very vague. And also one thing that was cited that she did wrong that got her sent home is she left the village and went to Disneyland and like stayed out that night and then came back. And
that's inappropriate.
It is inappropriate because I guess you're not allowed to like leave, and people there are training. And so to have people who are like not serious about the Olympics and like out late at night, coming home late.
Oh, I guess you get to a point in the Olympics where like half the people are still in it and half the people are still out. So if you're being a disruptor to people's sleep, that I understand. When they said inappropriate, I thought she was like coordinating orgies.
I thought she was like hitting on everyone.
No, I thought she was seriously like throwing orgies in the rec room.
No, and maybe she was. But the thing that was cited was like this Disneyland thing.
That's actually good because I feel like the Olympic Village is always like clowning on the Olympians for like fornicating, which at the end of the day, these are consenting adults. They're allowed to do whatever they want. And it's always weird how far out of their way the Olympic like committee goes to making sure like the Olympians like can't have sex, like cardboard beds, no condoms.
Yeah.
Like they're insane. So this type of like this is how it should be. Like we're all studying. You have to go to bed lights out at 10. Yeah. I actually appreciate that.
Yeah, other Olympians had been like kicked out of the village too for like sneaking out at night.
It's also crazy to me because this just reminded me of this story that, you know, there's a Dutch Olympian who's like a convicted rapist who's playing volleyball for the Netherlands.
No, I didn't know that.
So it's like there's no rules about rapists competing, right?
That's so weird.
Isn't that crazy?
I hadn't even thought about that.
And he just got eliminated, I think, yesterday. And like the crowd went wild when him and his partner lost in beach volleyball. He's like, he was like in prison for rape.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I
guess
would tell you his name, but I seriously, I can't pronounce it. It's very Dutch.
It's like hard to like.
Steven van de Velde. Actually,
it's hard to like serve time and also like train at an Olympic level. That's why it probably doesn't happen that much because you only have this short period of time where you can be an Olympian. And so if you spend it in prison, like, I don't know that you'll go all the way.
Actually, like factually, logistically,
it's hard to do both.
But just like fun fact that there's like a rapist at the Olympics.
Not so fun. A fun fact though, I saw Cody Simpson is at the Olympics.
Thank God.
Kissing on his girlfriend who is a swimmer for Australia. So in his own way, he made it to the Olympics, but not in the way that he would have wanted.
That must have been really hard for him to not make it to the Olympics, but his girlfriend did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he's staying strong. She's also on the cover of like Vogue Australia,
Queen.
like Face of Cetaphil. Like
no, every time we like watch the Olympics, it always makes me like really like Australia. Like they've got something really fabulous going on. Everybody from there is like so unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah,
it's like a good looking group of people. They're very good. They're like one of the major competitors when it comes to like the top medals. Always, they don't win all the time, but they always like show up nicely.
Yeah,
and especially in the summer,
they put up a nice fight.
Now you just reminded me of something else. Oh, you know who was at? I was watching, I think, swimming or gymnastics, and they always cut to the celebrities. And I don't know why I was like shocked to see Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling. I just feel like they don't leave their house. Like they've been afforded that luxury. And it was crazy to see them at something like live. I don't know why I just like was shocked.
Yeah.
And Eva Mendes was wearing sunglasses inside, which is like a move.
You know what? Sometimes it's bright.
Okay.
I've been wearing sunglasses too much, I've realized, because I can't tolerate the sun at all. Like I can't go outside and not wear sun. So I'm actually trying to train my eyes to do it less.
To
if you
tolerate
ever see
more
me like
sun.
not wearing sunglasses and I'm squinting and it's like put your sunglasses on, put your sneakers on, it's because I think my eyes are weak.
But that's a double-edged sword because like you're strengthening your eyes, but you're also giving yourself wrinkles like by squinting so much.
The wrinkles I can fix.
Okay.
The wrinkles I can fix. But like sunglasses are like, if you think about the architect, like he didn't make sunglasses.
No, it's so true.
I was supposed to be able to look at the sun.
Sunglasses are not regenerative.
Right.
I like that.
But you know what he did make that I can enjoy?
A hat?
Shade, yeah. Shade is by nature.
Oh, I like that. That's good. That's why you've been wearing hats. I see.
I'm really just trying. And of course, like sometimes you need a sunglass. But the way that I'm wearing them, like I can't function without them. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Interesting.
So maybe Eva Mendes has fallen into a similar pattern.
Ooh, wait, another story that's going viral from the Olympics. It was on my TikTok. It was so cute. These mixed doubles partners, I think they're from like Czechoslovakia or something. They won, but they have this like crazy story. So mixed doubles, like boy and a girl.
Yeah.
And they're both like so good looking. And they dated for 4 years and they broke up a couple of months ago, but they decided to like still like take it to the Olympics and see what they could do. And they like won. So everybody's like, obviously this is a book.
Love that. Who came in second?
For mixed doubles? I have no idea.
It wasn't the Americans.
Oh, Coco? She does mixed doubles. It was Coco and
Taylor.
One of the
Taylor or Tommy.
I don't know.
I think it was Taylor.
The couple who broke up after 4 years but still won the Olympics, like they sort of took the stage.
I feel like if Coco won, we would know.
No, she did win. The Czechoslovakians did.
One silver. Sorry.
Oh.
mixed
I feel like we would know too.
doubles.
Djokovic won, which he was like hysterically crying. And I was like, why does he care so much? He's like the most decorated tennis player of all time. Like, I feel like the Olympics mean like nothing. But I guess if you win the Olympics the same year that you win the Grand Slam, which is winning all three major tennis, the French Open, the US Open, and Wimbledon, and you also win the Olympics that year, which is very hard to not only line it up with players who have won all three, but then there's also an Olympics that year. It's called like the Golden Grand Slam. Only like 6 other people have done it, and now Novak Djokovic has done it. And that's why he was crying so hard. I was like, okay, calm down. Like, who cares?
That's cool. Also, I don't know if we realize this, but when the Team USA Gymnastics now, they're called the Golden Girls, like because also they're
older.
Gold. But
But they named themselves that before.
Yeah, but I feel like they didn't officially call it themselves that until they won the gold, because that would have been weird.
Got it. Maybe, yeah.
But I didn't realize like Golden Girl because of they're gonna win gold.
It's beautiful.
We like went to the
old lady
reference. Yeah, the old lady reference first, and then just the other Olympic Village like news drama was that the Olympic gold medalist Thomas Chechen, I think he's from the UK, he was spotted sleeping in a park inside the Olympic Village, like sleeping outside on the floor, taking a nap. And when asked, he said like he did not getting good sleep in the Olympic Village.
Disgraceful, beyond disgraceful.
Like sleeping under a park bench.
Oh my God,
he's a gold medalist.
There's a picture.
He's a gold medalist.
Rest today, conquer tomorrow. So I feel like he is napping, not like getting his full night's sleep.
He said he's taking a nap because he didn't get a good full night's sleep.
Right. Okay. I will seriously never understand like the Olympic Committee's like obsession with making the Olympians uncomfortable. Like and nobody has given me an explanation as to why that like changes my mind. I think it's disgraceful. And seeing these world-class athletes being left out in the rain on boats in the Seine for hours, like forcing them to swim in the Seine. Did you see like 2 Olympians had to drop out? They got really sick after swimming in the Seine.
Yeah.
And today there's the first like official, they're still continuing on with it. Like the way the health and wellness of the Olympians is a priority for nobody. It bothers me so much.
Yeah.
And this man sleeping in the park, like disgraceful.
And by the way, he's from Italy. He said, I'm disappointed that I didn't make the final, but I was too tired. It's hard to sleep both at night and in the afternoon. Here I really struggle between the heat and the noise. There's no air conditioning in the village. It's hot. The food is bad. Many athletes move for this reason. It's not an alibi or an excuse. It's the reality of what happens. Not everybody knows.
No, I believe that. It is giving excuse, but I do believe that. Although, are you following the Olympian who's having his like viral moment with the chocolate chip muffins in the...
I saw a chocolate chip muffin.
Oh my God, it's so funny. He was just basically saying like they have these muffins in the Olympic Village cafeteria that are so good. And he made a TikTok about it and everybody thought it was so funny. So now his whole brand, I don't even know what he did in the Olympics, but he's going home a winner because he has made 35,000 Olympic Village chocolate chip muffin TikToks. They are so funny. And I love him. Like, I seriously love him. He makes me laugh.
That is really funny. But I've also seen, like, you know, the villages doesn't have enough food, not enough animal protein, like not enough eggs. But I feel like that sort of logistical nightmare is going to happen anytime, anywhere there's an Olympics. It's a lot of people to feed. Like, it's impossible to have it perfect all the time. But I do feel like this is not good. And we were talking at Gizno about how in French Polynesia, the Olympic Village is a cruise ship.
Yes.
Which I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. We've talked a lot about where they're staying in Paris, but a lot of Olympians in the water sports, you know, kite surfing and things of that nature are in Fiji.
Yeah, they're in Fiji, and their Olympic Village is a cruise ship, which like makes me feel as though it would be a good idea to have just a bunch of cruise ships in the Seine, and that could have been the Olympic Village.
When you think about the rate at which cruise ships operate for thousands.
You know who can handle logistics and infrastructure on the water? Cruise ships.
The Lady of the Sea. What's it called?
The Icon of the Seas.
Like when you think seriously the rate at which they feed, bathe, and just like entertain thousands of people at a time.
Like electric, plumbing.
It's amazing.
AC, food, music.
And all in decent quarters, like hotel rooms. It's kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
I guess like it might make you like a little nauseous.
I guess, but that's just cruises in general. Like people do it all the time.
Yeah.
But someone like me, perhaps, yes, maybe I will have to stay in a hotel, but okay. I think everyone else would have a lot of fun with it.
Right. And no, then there's like water slides,
like
trips
party
to the
on
Cape.
the deck.
Yeah. Casinos. So fun.
How fun.
So fun.
I wonder where they'll stay in LA.
I guess there's just not like a training facility. The thing is, they don't stay anywhere. They like build this facility.
They build a city.
They build this village out of like nothing.
Got it.
They should put it on like the Universal lot. Like all these fake houses, make them real.
Yeah.
No, I'm so excited for LA 2028. Like it can't come soon enough.
I know, but it's really so far away.
I know.
But we still have a little more Olympics left.
Yes.
So that's your Olympic Village update. That's what's going on in the Village. It's like exactly what you would think, a lot of like young, hot people
doing their things.
When like even just the tennis players from Chechnya or whatever.
Yeah.
They like, yeah, it makes sense.
Obsessed.
Like everyone, like they're just romance,
Everyone has a story.
young
Yeah.
love.
And these are all like young, hot people at the top of their games.
What's more shocking is that there's not more of these stories.
It's true. But keep them coming. We love these types of stories.
Yeah, we really do.
Well, that is our show. I hope it felt very handsy. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Toast of the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast and our podcast can be found. So it's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, Castbox, all the places to live in podcast, find us to see fast review, but how beautiful, but how stunning, but how wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.